Welcome to War Bioses, the podcast where we delve into the lives of history's most fascinating military leaders, examining their triumphs and tribulations and uncovering the strategic mind and moral character that shaped their battlefield decisions. Today, we're going to explore the extraordinary life of Horatio Herbert Kitchener, better known as Kitchener of Khartoum, a British field marshal whose remarkable career spanned multiple continents and conflicts, earning him a reputation as one of the most influential and iconic figures in modern military history. The late 19th century was a time of great upheaval and transformation in Europe, with the rise of nationalism, imperialism, and technological advancements that would soon change the face of warfare. It was an age of grandeur and hubris, where empires clashed and the fate of nations hung in the balance. Against this backdrop, Kitchener's life would unfold like a rich tapestry, woven from threads of duty, loyalty, ambition, and a dash of controversy. Born on June 24, 1850, in Ballylongford, County Kerry, Ireland, Horatio Herbert Kitchener was the son of Lieutenant Colonel Henry Horatio Kitchener and Frances Anne Chevalier. His early life was marked by a unique blend of military tradition and colonial influence, which would later shape his own career path. As a member of the Anglo-Irish gentry, Kitchener's family had a long history of military service, with his father having fought in the Crimean War. This exposure to militarism and colonialism at a young age would instill in Kitchener a strong sense of duty, loyalty, and ambition, as well as a deep-seated understanding of the complexities of imperial politics. His father, Henry Horatio Kitchener, was not only a veteran of the Crimean War, but also a staunch advocate for British imperialism. The young Kitchener would often listen with rapt attention as his father regaled him with tales of battle and conquest, instilling in him a sense of wonder and awe at the majesty of the British Empire. These early conversations would later inform Kitchener's own views on the importance of maintaining British dominance across the globe. Kitchener's education was also instrumental in shaping his future. He demonstrated a keen aptitude for languages, mathematics, and military tactics during his time at the Royal Military Academy, skills that would serve him well in his future career, particularly during his time in the Middle East and Africa, where linguistic and cultural proficiency were essential for effective command. His education was not limited to the classroom, however. Kitchener's experiences as a young officer would also play a significant role in shaping his worldview. The year 1870 marked a significant turning point in Kitchener's life, as he graduated from the Royal Military Academy and was commissioned into the Royal Engineers. This momentous occasion set him on the path to a distinguished military career, one that would take him to the farthest reaches of the British Empire and into the annals of history. Rather, they were the culmination of a complex interplay between his family background, education, and the historical context in which he lived. As Kitchener progressed through his education and early military career, he began to develop a fascination with the Middle East and Africa, regions that would soon become a defining feature of his career. His early exposure to the complexities of colonial politics and the challenges of military operations in these regions laid the groundwork for his future successes as a commander and strategist. The young Kitchener was particularly drawn to the works of explorers and diplomats who had ventured into the unknown, mapping the territories and navigating the treacherous waters of local politics. One such figure who would have a profound impact on Kitchener's life was General Charles Gordon, the legendary British officer who had served in the Crimean War and later became the Governor-General of Sudan. Gordon's exploits in Africa, including his ill-fated defense of Khartoum against the Mahdist forces, would captivate Kitchener's imagination and instill in him a sense of adventure and purpose. As Kitchener's military career progressed, he found himself increasingly entwined in the intricate web of colonial politics and the challenges of maintaining British power in the face of growing nationalist movements. The year 1883 marked a pivotal moment in his journey, as he was appointed as a staff officer to General Gerald Graham's expedition to Sudan, where he played a crucial role in the British campaign against the Mahdist forces. This experience would prove instrumental in shaping Kitchener's views on the importance of effective intelligence gathering and the need for adaptable military strategies in unconventional warfare. During his time in Sudan, Kitchener developed a profound understanding of the local culture and languages, skills that would serve him well in his future endeavors. He spent countless hours immersed in the rhythms of Arabic, learning to navigate the nuances of dialects and idioms that would later enable him to communicate effectively with local leaders. This linguistic proficiency, combined with his natural aptitude for strategic thinking, allowed Kitchener to forge close relationships with several key contemporaries, including Reginald Wingate, who would later become a prominent figure in British intelligence. Their collaboration during this period laid the foundation for a lifelong friendship and professional partnership that would have significant implications for Kitchener's future career. One of the most defining events of Kitchener's career occurred on September 2, 1898, when he led the British forces to a decisive victory over the Mahdist army at the Battle of Omdurman. As the sun rose over the dusty plains, casting a golden glow over the battlefield, Kitchener's troops advanced with calculated precision, their rifles and machine guns blazing in perfect synchrony. The air was thick with the smell of gunpowder and sweat as the Mahdist forces, fueled by fervor and fanaticism, charged headlong into the British lines. This triumph marked a major turning point in the history of Sudan and cemented Kitchener's reputation as a brilliant military strategist. As he later reflected, the battle was a most curious sight, the dervishes advancing in mass, firing wildly, and our troops firing steadily and calmly. The Maxim guns playing on them with great effect. This victory not only showcased Kitchener's tactical prowess, but also demonstrated his ability to adapt to rapidly changing circumstances, as he expertly adjusted his battle plan to exploit the weaknesses of the Mahdist forces. Kitchener's experiences in Sudan had a profound impact on his views regarding the role of the military in maintaining British power and prestige. He became increasingly convinced that the effective use of military force required a deep understanding of local cultures and politics, as well as the ability to navigate the complex web of alliances and rivalries that underpinned colonial relationships. This perspective would inform his approach to military strategy throughout his career, as he sought to balance the need for decisive action with the importance of nuanced diplomacy. As he navigated the treacherous landscape of colonial politics, Kitchener remained committed to the principles that had guided him throughout his career: a deep respect for local cultures, a willingness to adapt to changing circumstances, and an unwavering dedication to the pursuit of excellence. As Kitchener's reputation grew, so too did his influence within British military circles. He became a prominent advocate for the importance of intelligence gathering and the need for more effective coordination between different branches of the military. His views on these matters were not always universally accepted, however, and he faced significant opposition from some quarters. Despite these challenges, Kitchener remained resolute in his convictions, convinced that the key to success lay in combining rigorous planning with adaptability and a deep understanding of the local context. In 1902, Kitchener was appointed as the Commander-in-Chief of the British Army in India, a position that marked the pinnacle of his military career. As he assumed command, Kitchener was acutely aware of the complexities and challenges that lay ahead. He recognized that the Indian Army was a finely tuned instrument, capable of great things when wielded effectively, but also vulnerable to complacency and stagnation if left unattended. During his time in India, Kitchener oversaw significant reforms aimed at modernizing the army and promoting greater efficiency. These efforts included the introduction of new training programs, the expansion of intelligence gathering capabilities, and the development of more effective logistical systems. As Kitchener later observed, the Indian Army is a very fine force, but it requires careful handling and guidance to get the best out of it. His experiences in India would have a lasting impact on his views regarding the importance of effective leadership and the need for continuous innovation within the military. Throughout his career, Kitchener's relationships with contemporaries played a significant role in shaping his worldview and informing his decisions. His friendship with Reginald Wingate, for example, provided him with valuable insights into the world of intelligence gathering, while his collaborations with other prominent military figures helped to refine his understanding of strategic planning and tactical execution. As Kitchener navigated the complexities of colonial politics and military strategy, he remained committed to the principles that had guided him throughout his career: a deep respect for local cultures, a willingness to adapt to changing circumstances, and an unwavering dedication to the pursuit of excellence. As Kitchener of Khartoum's career continued its meteoric rise, he found himself increasingly entangled in the intricate web of British politics, particularly with regards to the nation's military preparedness. The year was 1914, and the drums of war were beating louder by the day. It was on the eve of World War I that Kitchener was appointed Secretary of State for War, a position that would allow him to harness his vast experience and expertise to guide Britain's war effort. His iconic poster, bearing the phrase, "Your country needs you," would become an enduring symbol of British resolve during this tumultuous period, a clarion call to arms that resonated with the nation's sense of duty and patriotism. Kitchener's tenure as Secretary of State was marked by both significant achievements and considerable challenges. He played a pivotal role in mobilizing Britain's military resources, helping to expand the army from a mere 160,000 men to over 2 million. This monumental task required strategic vision, administrative acumen, and an unwavering commitment to the war effort. However, his relationships with other government officials were often strained, and he faced criticism for his perceived aloofness and lack of political acumen. The corridors of power in Whitehall were unfamiliar territory for Kitchener, a man more at home on the battlefields of Sudan or the trenches of France. Despite these challenges, Kitchener remained resolute in his determination to prepare Britain for the impending conflict. He worked tirelessly to modernize the army, introducing new technologies and tactics that would give British forces a much-needed edge on the battlefield. His efforts were not without controversy, however, as he faced opposition from those who questioned his methods and his motives. The tension between Kitchener's military background and the political realities of his new role created a sense of unease, a feeling that this was a man out of place in the rarefied world of politics. Tragically, Kitchener's life was cut short on June 5, 1906, when the HMS Hampshire, the ship carrying him to Russia for a diplomatic mission, struck a mine laid by a German U-boat off the coast of Scotland. The loss of this towering figure sent shockwaves throughout Britain and beyond, with many mourning the passing of a man who had come to embody the very spirit of British militarism. The news of his death was met with a sense of stunned disbelief, as if the nation had lost a part of itself. Kitchener's legacy, forged in the fire of battle and tempered by his unwavering commitment to duty, would endure long after his passing. He was a complex, often contradictory figure, at once brilliant and flawed, visionary and obstinate. His strengths and weaknesses were intertwined like the threads of a rich tapestry, each one informing and influencing the other. As he himself once observed, the man who knows his job and does it to the best of his ability is the man who will always be in demand. These words encapsulate the essence of Kitchener's character, a man driven by an unwavering commitment to excellence. Even as he navigated the treacherous waters of politics and war, Kitchener's life serves as a powerful reminder that true greatness is often marked by both triumph and tragedy. The study of Kitchener's life and career offers a unique window into the world of war and politics, a world where the stakes are high and the consequences of failure are dire. Today, Kitchener of Khartoum is remembered as one of the most iconic figures of the early 20th century, a man whose impact on British history and military strategy continues to be felt. His name has become synonymous with courage, leadership, and unwavering dedication to duty. In the end, Kitchener's story is one of triumph and tragedy, of a life lived to the fullest and of a legacy that continues to endure. It is a reminder that, even in the darkest of times, there is always hope, always a chance for redemption and forgiveness. As we march toward victory, we would do well to remember the lessons of Kitchener's life, lessons that continue to resonate with us today. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm General Biography, reminding you to keep marching toward victory.